Okay, I also have my pump. It's by Koru. So I open up my pump and it comes in this handy little bag in case I feel like vacuuming or doing the dishes while I'm infusing myself, which I don't think I am going to. But just in case, maybe I'd have to go potty or something, you know. Okay, so this is the actual pump that will push the medicine in through the needles into my body. So, and it works really fast. You're gonna see it's exciting. One other thing, make sure that you have a trash can nearby because you're gonna need to throw things out as you go along so it doesn't get messy. We wanna try and keep it as sterile as possible. So now, let me put the pump away, or the pump bag away, because I'm not gonna wear it, even though it's very stylish. Okay. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to open up our mat, our sterile mat. And we're going to lay it on this towel, which I should have done first, but I wanted to show you guys. So the thing is, it's not completely sterile, we said, but you just wanna try and touch it as little as possible with your hands. So I'm just gonna touch the edges so that the center remains as sterile as possible. So you can see I'm just touching the edges. I'm gonna unfold it, hopefully. I guess that's it. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dispose of that trash so it's not in my way and lay out my sterile mat. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead, and they really suggested, Allison and Ashley, my nurses, suggested that I go ahead and open every single thing first and get it ready, okay? So I'm gonna open up my needles. So the needles come kind of wrapped up so that they don't get all messed up, which they will anyway, because it's me. So I remove the little tabbies, these little paper tabs, and those are just gonna get thrown out. That's just to keep them from getting tangled in shipping. Okay, so I'm gonna throw those out. Okay, so these are my needles. I'm gonna go ahead and lay these out. Okay, these are the stickers that are gonna hold my needles in place. Alice and Ashley suggested I go ahead and prepare those too. So I'm gonna peel the back off and I'm gonna lay each of these out so that they're ready to go. Well, I only need 4, but there were like 5 in here. Maybe 1 extra just in case. Okay, let's see, then we can dispose of that. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and open my flow rate tubing. These are hard to open. Okay, flow rate tubing. That's it. We'll lay that out. Okay, I'm going to open each of my syringes. Now, I want to avoid touching the end of the syringe. It's a 50 milliliter syringe, so I have 2 of these, and I'll be infusing 2 of these filled with 50 milliliters each of medicine. Okay, I'm gonna lay that on my sterile surface. Throw out the trash. Okay, this is my spike. And this is gonna, you'll see where this goes, but I'm gonna go ahead and open this. Okay, everything is covered here, so you're not in danger of de-sterilizing it. Is that a word? So, but once you remove any caps, you wanna be careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that out. Okay. Then I have my little red cap. I'm gonna open up and lay out. Okay, the all-important medicine. going to open this up. I take the cap off because I don't need the cap. And then I have, this is where I'm gonna stick the spike, which you'll see. Now on the bottle, there is a sticker. And this is really important. If you can see down here, here's the sticker. I'm gonna peel the sticker off because it has the lot number of the medicine on it and all kinds of other information. And I'm gonna stick that onto my log. It goes right here where it asks me where the lot number and all that is. So I know the medicine I took, what lot it was from, when it was produced, everything goes right here, okay? Okay, super. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open, this may seem very preparatory, or proactive, but I am going to open each of the wipes, alcohol wipes, because once you get going, it's easier to have these open. My mom is shaking her head, yes, she agrees. Okay, and then my cotton balls are for afterward, along with my medical tape, which is right here. And my mom will probably help me with that afterward. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is, I just took the cap off the spike. I'm gonna insert the spike right into the middle of the medicine, okay? Now, this still has a cap on it, so you're not going to get it dirty, okay? I did wash my hands, but I am going to go ahead and take a wipe and I'm going to sterilize my hands again, just because. Okay, throw that out. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the blue tip. I'm gonna keep it just in case. I'm gonna screw the first syringe onto the spike. Okay, so now I'm gonna be able to draw my medicine up. And this is hard for me because you've got to have really strong fingers. So you turn the bottle upside down and the spike is in there pretty good, so you're not in danger of that coming out. It's just pulling these syringes, or gotta have really strong fingers. The nurses do it really well, of course. So I'm gonna pull 50 milliliters. Okay, so now I'm gonna unscrew that, maybe. Okay, now I don't wanna touch the top of that, okay? Because that would desterilize it. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna put it in this way so that keeps the medicine inside the syringe. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and fill my second syringe, which is gonna be the one that I infuse first. And you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I need to do finger exercises. There we go. Get all that good medicine in there. Liquid gold, we call it, right? Expensive liquid gold. Okay, and they said just to, if there's a little medicine left in there, just to pull the spike out a little bit and pull it in. Now you'll see all those air and bubbles right there. That's fine. That's okay to have that right there, okay? So I'm gonna pull that out. Now I'm done with this medicine bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I'm gonna go ahead and over the sink is probably a good idea. I'm just gonna push the bubbles out and you can see the bubbles are coming out. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna keep the spike on here for now because I'm now going to hook up my tubing, okay? Bear with me, this is my first time, again, doing it by myself here. So I have my flow rate tubing. Now let's see how this works. Let's see, I know this cap comes off and I'm gonna save the cap. And I'm guessing This side goes in. Yes, I was right. You'll know if they told me that I would know if I wasn't doing it right because they wouldn't fit together, you know? So one thing I just noticed I forgot to take out is the saline. So I hope I have that in here. There's saline that you have to, I do, I just forgot to take it out. Okay, this is saline that you have to prep your needles with, okay? You can, they said, just let the medicine go through first, but it burns when it goes on your skin or into your body. So they suggest prepping it with the saline first. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. This is my saline. I'm gonna unscrew, see I connected the flow tube to the needle wires. I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna screw the saline on. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to push the saline through. So you won't see it. The only thing you're gonna see is that it comes out the bottom of the needles. And that's when you know that you've pushed it all the way through. So see it dripping out? Okay, so now I know I've done that. I've prepped my needles. That's it on that. That's simple, right? Okay, so I'm done with my saline. I can get rid of it. I don't need it anymore. If I could find the right cap. There we go. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, now comes the fun part. So, the first thing I would suggest doing, and they told me to do this too, is get rid of these. Don't throw them out. Just, they're like plugs. They're like little stoppers. So just take them off because they kind of jingle around and get in the way. Keep them in case you need to close off a needle or a flow tube. But they do kind of get in the way. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and insert needles. So don't laugh at my stomach. Tuck this up here. Okay, so when you do infusion sites, you want to do different sites at different times. You can still see I have a little bit of medical tape that didn't come off. But you want to do different places each week because, you know, you're sticking yourself every week. And it's just better to do different, you know, different places. So I'm going to take an alcohol swabby. Okay, and I'm right-handed, so for me, it's easier to start on my left side. So I'm gonna swab the area with the alcohol wipe. And I'm gonna throw out the alcohol wipe. Wait a few seconds while I'm waiting. I can get my first needle ready. There's a little rubber band that comes on it. That can be thrown out. The needle opens up. There's these two wings that are around it. So it opens up like this. Now, when I take this off, the needle is now exposed, so don't touch it. Anybody, me, I mean, or anybody. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and pinch the area that I swabbed. I'm gonna hold the needle close to the skin, and then this is not my favorite part, but I'm gonna stick it in. That one hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and then, because I set these up already, I go ahead and put them over the needle and then remove the backing. Okay, needle number 1 is in. Woo! I don't like needles. Okay, needle number 2, I'm gonna do it right here. And it does help that I'm in front of a mirror. I did not have this at the infusion clinic. So I wipe that off. Then while I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit, I can get my next needle ready. We will go with, I'm trying to keep them from being real tangled. this one. So we're gonna remove the rubber band. We're gonna open the wings around the needle, and we're gonna pull the needle cap off. Okay, so I already swabbed that area. I'm gonna do a little pinch. I'm gonna hold the needle close to my skin and then poke in. And that one I didn't even feel. I don't know, it just depends. There's nerves in your stomach, they say. And so it depends on where you stick it, if you get an owie or not. So we got number 2 in, woo! So let's get rid of that trash. It's always good to keep a clean working space. Okay, alcohol swab number 3. I'm gonna go to the next location, which will be right here. Oh, are you okay? That's my box for my stuff. Okay, so my next location is right there. I already swabbed it. I'm gonna prep my needle. Remove the rubber band, open the wings, pull the cap off the needle. Okay, then I think it was about right there. And I'm gonna hold the needle close and then poke it in. And again, I didn't really feel that one at all. It's weird. Sometimes you really get a pinch and sometimes you don't. Okay. And then finally, our 4th needle, because I do 4 infusion sites, it's gonna have to go over here. So I'm running out of room here. Okay. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll go ahead and prepare my needle, open the wings, pull the cap off. Okay. Then I'm going to pinch that area, hold the needle close, and insert. And then place my tape over it to hold it. Remove the bandages. Woo! We did it! Okay. All right, time out for a second, Mom.